Well, that didn't last long.
Wow.
We're live.
Oh,
We're popping in for the Uriah fight, and I guess it's over. So
That was fast, man.
I'm sorry we didn't go live sooner.
I literally was looking at the TV. I got up to go put my Swiss and Sweet away, grab a White Claw, and I turned around and everybody's standing up and he's cheering that he just won. I'm like, what the hell?
That's crazy.
My internet's on such a delay. I just saw it. That's how.
Oh, damn.
Well, tell us what happened.
Oh shit!
Close that because it's getting bugs everywhere until the food to check. But you gotta wait for the food. God, that was quick. Well, how many seconds was that?
I think it was more than 3. So
Yeah, for sure.
It wasn't a Yuli Diaz spinning back kick, was it? It was.
Holy cow. Well,
I want before my career is over, I told Uli I'm gonna beat that with my switch overhand. I'm gonna run a switch overhand off the line and I'm gonna drop it, buddy.
How long was Sam Shoemaker's knockout?
that one was 18 seconds against Eric Prindle.
Cool.
That was prior
It
to
looked like he was pitching.
Did
Yeah,
he do the same thing? He did this. He broke his leg the same way Anderson Silva did against him. What's the fucking karma coincidence of that?
Holy shit!
That man.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
I've only seen that.
Oh my goodness.
Me and Matt were just talking about this a while ago, dude. He beat Anderson Silva playing around the first time. Anderson Silva did that to him, and now he's rapping.
Oh. That's gross, bro.
Wow. That's his footnote.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Anderson's was pretty bad. Man. I got sick when I saw his.
Oh yeah, but that's because he stepped on it again. He kicked
God,
it, he stepped down, and it was like, bro.
And when they made the little pictures, it looked so fake. It was real though. He really broke his leg like that, but it looked fake.
It looked like Gumby, dude, because he already got that like chicken leg, popsicle stick looking leg anyway. he goes straight up and down.
Oh, that's the end of it.
Man.
Anderson's like ankle straight to hip. It just looked like a stripper pole.
He's saying karma.
Yeah, that's karma.
Oh,
like a
man.
motherfucker. Isn't that crazy?
That's wild. That's
Will
wild,
he come back? You think about it. Anderson came back. Will he come back and fight after that? And when Anderson came back, I couldn't believe he came back.
Hey, he was playing like the fucking Chicago Bears, man. Defense is the best offense.
Oh man. You know that dude is in a world of hurt right now.
Man. I mean, I don't feel sorry for him. We break our fucking hands and knuckles off. I broke my metacarpal and we break bones.
Yeah, I mean, how much is he making?
I broke my hand in the second round and fought 3 rounds with my hand broke. So
yeah,
that's
and
what
he's probably getting.
though.
What was he getting? About 200,000 to show?
Yeah. Well, I wasn't quite getting that much.
No, but I'm talking about. Is that what he's getting? He's getting about 200-some thousand to show.
I crawled around on my elbows for $200,000 trying to gnaw his fucking shoot his fucking ankles off. They pay me.
Yeah, everybody's making fun of Ben this week. I'm like, Ben made probably $5-6 million off the damn fight, one punch.
For some reason, my damn
Your mic's bad, Joe.
There it goes. Holy shit.
So, but at the end of the day, though, man, that kind of stuff happens. That's what you sign up for in the fight business. You know, I was just talking to a friend of mine. His son is like one of the top 3.
I'm pretty sure nobody signs up for that.
Yeah, well, but you got to understand that it could happen.
Yeah.
It could happen though. Like a good friend of mine, his son is like one of the top 3 high school wrestlers in the country, and just this week tore his ACL in practice. You know, and he's like, hey, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. When you're in this business, you're going to get hurt at some point. It's gonna happen.
Yeah. Funny enough, man. I got a hospital here. For a while, I got injured so much fighting and training. They'd be like, "Hey, Mr. Elmore, what's going on this time?"
Yeah, man.
So I had a name basis in there.
When I was a kid, I was heavily involved in competitive taekwondo, and I was injured almost all the time. And people don't believe me when I say that they literally knew me by my first name at the emergency room, like literally.
I was so poor. My dad
coming to your house looking for the chains, like
right, exactly. But it was just stupid stuff like getting stitched up or whatever, But I was always there.
Hell yeah.
We didn't have insurance. My dad, I had a cut on my leg that was so bad I had to go to the hospital. My dad's best friend was a paramedic. He strapped me to the bed, and they gave me I think it was like 30 stitches with 2 needles in my calf. And that was my doctor. My dad would take me to the local paramedic.
That's how it goes.
Hey, look. My daddy's buddy got sewed up on the back by a girl who was a veterinarian. He was showing off drunk doing cartwheels off the concrete, split his hand open. She sewed him up on the back. She was a vet, and I was like, "What the hell's going on here?" They just kept drinking beer on the back porch. I thought my dad was crazy.
Y'all are from Tennessee up here. You're not kin to any Travises, are you? Because that sounds like something they would do to me.
Well, actually, I grew up in Tennessee, so yeah. I ain't related to Travis's. I grew up in the country in Tennessee.
That's funny.
I've been in Georgia for about 12 years. I met my wife here and moved here for the fighting. Because back hell, whenever I started fighting, MMA was illegal in Tennessee still.
Yep.
We had to have cornfield fights. The real smokers.
So when is bare knuckle going to be legal in Tennessee?
I don't know. I'm hoping it's hurried up and gets legal in Georgia too. I'd love to fight.
I was looking at the Tennessee thing. They're real slow on stuff like that.
I've already put it up in front of the commission to get sanctioned here, and they're already working on it too. It was said it should be within the next year in Georgia. So
I think Missouri's coming too.
Hell, if I had it in Atlanta, man, we could.
That'd be a great town. That'd be a great town.
They got good places here too, man, where they do the Open Arena and everything.
Yeah, I mean Atlanta would be a great town to host a fight. Absolutely.
Hey, who y'all got for the main event? Who y'all picking?
Who I want to win, who's gonna win?
Who do you want? That's a good one there. I like that one. That's how I feel too. Who do you want to win, and who do you think's gonna win?
I want Masvidal to win.
I've got a relationship with Dylan Kleckler for a long time, but I like Josh Burns, man. Josh Burns, we were talking about it earlier. He's such a great human. Both those dudes are such good humans, and they're both so battle tested and talented. It ain't crazy. Josh Burns a dog though, and Dylan's just super talented, good, fast, and man, he's been killing it since he was down in Island fights. Well, he's like 11-1. Lost 1 and won 11 by knockouts. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I guarantee it's gonna be a fucking knockout. And it ain't gonna go. It ain't gonna go to the finish.
That was a good. What do you got on tonight's main event? Tonight, the UFC's main event. What do you got on that one?
We're talking about.
I want Masvidal to win, man. He fought him on 6 days' notice. I think Usman should win if he's on his game, but he's a little bit arrogant and a prick, and Gamebred's a dog, and he can go out there and a dog sometimes will catch you slipping. And if he's been training, I want Usman. If I were going to bet $100, I would bet $100 on Usman, but I want Gamebred to win.
I think everybody wants that. To be honest, I swear to God, that's how everybody feels. He might not win, but everybody wants him to win. But Kobe's in the house, though.
Slice backyard, real fighter. I remember watching George and with the rematch with George, and other than Kimbo, that was the only other person that I knew back. And everybody was doing backyard, but him and Kimbo, and fighting was illegal. We had smoker fights out in the middle of cornfields. People bet on fights, and you won part of people's money that they were betting on you. It's literally gambling fights, and people would be like, "Man, you win this fight, I give you $500," and I'd be out there winning fights, and people would be giving me money, but they were betting thousands of dollars on people who would win. So he comes from that. I like the grit, man, and just the soul of a fighter and a fighter are different. You can.
Did you see him eat McDonald's the other day? Did you see him eat McDonald's the other day on Facebook? You see where they uploaded him? It was like it was right before the weigh-ins. He ate like a bunch of McDonald's. They said he needed to gain a little weight.
Who?
And he got like a bunch of food, a double, everything. I mean, he is straight gangster, man. You know that?
Yeah, hell yeah.
I think I remember when he flew into Vegas and was eating a whole pizza. Right before
that was on a 6-day notice. He was going to cut like 30 pounds too.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Hey, he's starting MMA bare knuckle too. That's going to be kind of crazy there.
I saw that. So, but that's kind of like going back to the roots of what UFC was, right?
Yep, pretty much.
I mean, basically, when UFC started, and I could be, maybe I'm totally wrong on this, but my understanding is in the beginning, the only rules was essentially no eye gouging and no biting. Other than that,
there was
under pancration rules in the beginning in pancration, which I'm the first person to fight a pancration match against in Florida when they brought it versus it was a pancration exhibition versus Paul T. And he's fighting on one of the cards here. He just fought lost to Bobby by knockout, but we had to agree in the back. There were headbutts and dick kicks were allowed and still are under pancration rules. And before we went out there, I said, "Dude, you kick me in my fucking dick or headbutt me, I'm gonna poke your fucking eyes out." And I said, "Let's go ahead and agree right now, a gentleman's agreement. No headbutts and no dick kicks." Plus, he was gonna get married after the fight, and I was like, "You don't want to get married after I fucking headbutt you, Bubba."
Right. But I remember back in the day, I mean, people were punching each other in the nuts and all kinds of stuff in UFC.
That guy had a boxing glove on.
Yeah. But now it's no eye gouge, no fingers and orifices, and no spike elbows under pancration.
I didn't even think about sticking fingers up somebody's butt or something. That'd really throw you off.
Check the oil.
Check the fucking oil. That's the first thing you learn in wrestling. If you can't wrestle, you just do some bullshit.
You remember the guy had the boxing glove on? That one guy had one boxing glove on the first one. I mean, it was the dumbest. He had one glove on. I was like, "What are you going to do here, man?"
I'll tell you what. If somebody sticks their finger in my butt during a fight and they don't get disqualified, I guarantee you I'm going to.
No doubt about it.
Finger again, it won't be there.
Exactly.
To be honest, I never thought about that. Never crossed my mind.
If I made them bite their own finger off.
Oh Lord. Yeah, that's a scary thought in and of itself, right there.
But his bare knuckle, Gamebred's bare knuckle, that's going to be pretty interesting. You know, he's going to do the MMA because grapplers and stuff. I was talking to a friend. He said he's going to love it because it's better for grapplers because there's no gloves. So I was like, well, I never thought about that.
It's interesting. The whole thing's interesting.
Should be less eye pokes.
There might be.
Because a big part of the problem with the MMA gloves is they push your fingers out.
Well,
yes.
It's going to be interesting, man. Like, look at old Boss Rutan fights. I wish, like when I broke my hand, I wish even in bare knuckle we could open the palm strike.
Yep.
I think they're going to be in this bare knuckle fighting. I think there's going to be a hell of a lot more palm strike. Boss Rutan, the reason he stayed so healthy during those tournaments and was able to win, some of the guys couldn't throw power punches no more. And when Boss Rutan would go out there, pop, 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 man, he was just straight duking those.
Nasty.
You're going to see a lot of old school shoot box techniques and just crazy shit come out. It's going to be wild. It's going to definitely going to catch on fire.
I see him sitting on a throne like Scarface up in the crowd, just watching it in the top. That's what I see him doing. I can see it. Go fucking kill him. Go fucking kill him.
Right.
Sitting on the from the Game of Thrones with all the swords coming out.
In a damn fur coat.
Hell yeah.
With his title. Hey, Nick Diaz is in the house tonight. They were talking about that, and he's in shape, and he said he's going for 170. They're talking about. He's there for a reason.
Please, God.
Who do you think? I mean, is he there for? Is he going to defend his? Is he there for Jorge? Is he going to call him out? Because he's there for a reason.
I hope they do for the baddest motherfucker alive belt.
He beat his little brother, and now he wants to defend his brother. You know, that's what
his little brother says. Nate is really the baddest motherfucker alive. If he had if you took Nate Diaz, gave him a higher IQ and more muscle, it would be Nick. You just give him 30 more IQ points, smoke a little bit less weed, and take his slushies or his smoothies a little more serious. That's Nate Diaz. Yeah, I feel like he has more protein in his smoothies. That's it.
When they said he was there and they showed he was in shape, and I'm like, he's not. He just don't show up to UFC events. He hates people.
He does. They both have a serious. On all jokes aside, they both have an anxiety disorder. Hell, I get like that too. I'm comfortable at the fights and stuff, but Nate especially just doesn't like to be around people because it overwhelms him and freaks him out. But I saw a video before I forget 3 months ago with him and Nate in a parking lot, like behind like some kind of CrossFit gym or something, and they were working out and they were playing these touch drills and he was lean as hell, and they were like, come back, and they were kind of like hinting and joking.
Yeah, I remember that.
What do you mean? And I was like, oh shit, please be true. So hearing this tonight, I'm super excited. I'm gonna start being on my P's and Q's researching it.
Yeah, because they said he was there, and Awani shared a pic of him, and I mean he was shredded, and he sent out a tweet. I can't remember what it said today. He sent a tweet out. Nick put the tweet out, and they said it was like subliminal message, and I was like, I guess I'm too fucking stoned to understand it, but he's there for a reason tonight. I don't know what it is. I love the Diaz brothers.
Yeah, they're my favorite, man.
They're definitely a couple of tough dudes.
Well, you remember in Nashville when they had the big brawl down there in Nashville? You remember when they had the Nick? It was when it was a Strike Force or whatever. The big brawl. That's after the Jake Shields fight.
It was after Jake Shields and Mayhem Miller. They got in there cussing Mayhem, saying he wasn't shit. Yeah, it was crazy. That shit was funny. And then they cut it out. They cut the live feed.
Yeah, my buddies were all there. I didn't get to go, and they said the cops are screaming. Cops are running in crazy, and they said they were swinging. And he said it was unreal. He said it was the best fight of the night. Was after it was over.
Hell yeah!
Absolutely. So we got a women's fight coming up here.
I had one of those moments in my career.
So, what do y'all know about these two women that are getting ready to throw down?
Oh man, both of them badass. I don't know. Because Andrea,
which one?
She hits hard, but Shevchenko, or what is her name? How do you say it? Shevchenko?
Yeah.
Beast. We'll call her Beast. Yeah. We'll call her Beast. Yeah. She's a badass.
Yeah. All round tough, hard hitting. But Andrea, she's God. Like I call her you know what we were talking about earlier today. She reminds me of a female mini jacked up Vitor Belfort. Just a straight up beast. I mean, I honestly, I hate to say it just because I know how bad Shevchenko is, but I would I'm going to put knockout on Andrea.
Okay.
I think she gets a knockout tonight. I seen her body knock out a girl, so.
And that's when you know you hit hard.
Yeah.
That's fucking, yeah.
Yeah. She and it was a gut shot, not even like a floating rib. I think she hit her like in the small intestines and made them collapse or something. She just hits hard, and they're like flying knees and spinning hip, just everything. She's just a monster, and it's like it's not technical though. It is. She's got technique, but she doesn't. It's more like when I get out there and I go ADHD, and I'm just like, I fucking fight. I forgot about head movement and everything. But That's why I say Shevchenko can beat her, but I think it's gonna be knockout. She gonna go in there and get her.
Interesting. So I love the women's fights. And Matt and I were talking about this earlier, in that I think that some of the most entertaining fights in MMA and definitely in bare knuckle have been women's fights. I mean, because
Taylor Starling.
Right, exactly. I mean,
that fight was a brawl.
That fight was crazy.
The Taylor Starling fight on Knucklemania.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there live. That was God.
That was awesome. But number one, they just go down. I mean, they just go hard. I mean, I've never seen it, at least in bare knuckle. I've never seen a boring women's fight. There's never been a boring women's fight. And not only that, but they're the women. They don't always have. Now, granted, some of them do, but they don't always have that kind of knockout. One punch knockout power. So it becomes grinding.
Yeah,
and they just grind each other out.
That's what I was gonna say, man. Well, some of them do. Like they got knockout powers.
Right. I'm not saying they don't,
but not as much. They're a lot more. Their girls are more precise. They're more
technical,
artistic. They have better handwriting. So they technically stay more sound during the fight and throw straight punches and just literally beat the shit out of each other.
Right. And I truly believe that women have a much higher pain tolerance than men too.
They do, for sure they do. By far.
And they're mean. They're women. They're mean.
But, hey, no, look,
they're tough. They're tough.
I was in high school in wrestling. I was in high school in wrestling. And the wrestling coach's daughter come over. She's 11-year-old, cute, no. She would come in and try to throw stuff at us, and all of a sudden she fell down. Oh, face first, smacked her face into the mat, and I'm like, what the hell happened? She was jogging around our wrestling mat. And I looked over and her foot was sideways, looked like Chris Weidman's leg did earlier. Boom, it snapped in half, tibia and a fibia. And she's like, oh, I think I broke my leg. And I was like, I'm going, I'm screaming. And she's like, I'm the fuck down there. Was he like, your leg. She's like, it's all right, it's broke. I'm like, no, it's not.
Have you ever pissed a woman off? Man, they're not, when they get pissed off, women are no joke. I'm telling you.
No. Yeah.
I've been with the same woman for 12 years, married for 5. What'd you think?
Yeah.
No, I've never pissed a woman off.
Right. Well, hey, listen, guys. I've been married.
The fact that I'm perfect now.
I've been married twice, both times to the same woman. If that tells you anything.
Yeah. Well, you pissed somebody off here.
It's glutton for punishment.
It's good though. It's good.
Hey, I was so good at my first marriage. I have to pay money now. That's how good I was.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to this. I want to see these two athletes throw down right now.
I'm gonna go knock out Andrea for sure. I can't be 50-50 in this.
Look at her. Look at her face right now. Like she is intense.
She looks like.
Hey, she's fighting. This girl went toe to toe with Newton. She's the only person that's kind of made Amanda kind of look a little un-Amanda though.
I know that. That's what I'm saying. Shevchenko is
she's a dog.
Definitely a dog. But I don't know if I think Andrea's got her in power.
Yeah, that's what.
Not technique at all, but power and aggression. Unbelievably, yes.
I'm telling you right now, both these women are in incredible shape just by looking at them.
What?
Yeah.
It was a Don McGuire said compound.
Yeah, this is
Dan Murgiata said compound fracture. Ooh, both of them. So his tibia and fibia snapped through. Dan, who was it? Yeah, Dan Murgiata just posted compound fracture on Chris Weidman, both bones.
You think Anderson Silva's sitting at home right now going, just shaking his head like, how's it feel? How's it feel? How's it feel? I didn't retire though. I didn't retire.
God, look, the top one is him doing it, and the bottom one is when Anderson did it.
Yeah, and that's all on Facebook right now. All over Facebook. That's what you're starting to see. Every time I click, I see a broken leg now.
Dude, I was talking about it with Matt before y'all got on. That was the last thing we said right before you hopped in. I was like, man, yeah. He was like, didn't he fight Anderson? I was like, yeah, twice. Got TKO'd, and then he broke his leg off of him, man. It was unbelievable. God, man, it was cringy. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Well, come on. What is the coincidence of that? That's got to be like 1 in 100 million.
Just to have that happen to you both times.
Right. Well, here we go. Let's see what happens. A little feeling out here.
This is going to last more than a round. Here we go.
It might. It might, but if they get, you know.
He's got good head movement.
They both got power, so, I mean, it could just be one good exchange.
Oh, well, I got good internet. Don't do this to me. There was an error. Go back. Come on.
So, as far as the women in UFC, like these high-level UFC women's fighters, how do you see them doing in bare knuckle?
Yeah, Amanda Nunes would come in there and clear the fucking everybody out.
Well, I mean, yeah.
She'd get in the men's 135 division.
What level female you're talking about? Ronda Rousey coming in and get embarrassed and have to go back to WWE.
I would agree with that. I would definitely agree with that.
I mean, I've got a few UFC buddies that have told me, dude, you're fucking crazy for doing this bare knuckle. If they think that a crazy person that's crazy is crazy for doing it, what do you think they think about females? We all know they're crazy anyway, but I'm talking about like for real crazy. Like if they're doing bare knuckle, they just apparently don't give a fuck.
If I was healthy,
do the dishes, you do those fucking dishes. You hear me?
if I was healthy enough to participate in combat sports, I 100% would do bare knuckle.
Hell yeah! In the women's division. No.
You know, I might have to shave, but
hey, look, I told him, I was like, hey, I was kidding the other day. I was like, you know what? Now that they're letting this whole gender role thing go, I'm the biggest bitch in the world when I cut weight. I'm thinking about joining the women's division as I cut weight.
Hey.
I'm going to be the first women's champion. Y'all heard it here.
Hey, you can be anything you want now in America. Literally anything you want now.
I'm a Beltline unicorn. I want an ID card.
I mean, they got to give it to you. They have to give it to you.
They have to. So I'm a fucking. Oh damn! She's gonna choke me out. Are you kidding? Wow! I didn't see that one coming.
I think I got a delay here.
I think I must have too.
No,
I know I do. So is this back? I'm about to get my update here in a second.
Okay, I see it now.
Okay,
I was sitting here complaining, thinking my internet's bad, and I'm ahead of y'all by about 10 seconds.
Yeah, she's in deep.
Yeah, they're back on their feet now on my TV.
Oh,
okay, here we go.
Not looking good.
Yeah, now she's kicking her ass in every aspect, huh?
nasty.
Yeah, she's completely controlling every position. Shevchenko's, man, fuck,
She's for real. She's for real.
Oof.
Oh yeah.
You know those knees to the back of the leg just hurt so freaking bad.
Yeah, she's trying to take them thunder thighs out so she can't hit her so hard.
Yep.
Yeah, just cork it.
People don't understand how bad that hurts though.
Yeah, the little tiny buildup. I always tell somebody sometimes you can smack somebody on the butt and they'll like it. You take that little knuckle and bow, right, fucking drop them to the floor.
Right. But just those little things that don't look like they have a lot of effect, it still hurts.
Yeah.
Oh, a fucking calf kick. Them motherfuckers.
Exactly, man. People, well, look, dude, when I'm out there punching, against guys. I literally, if they go to high guards, I try to punch right here on their arm so they can't bend the elbow no more. You punch and cork that little area right here, just a little tiny foul.
Dude, that's smart.
Yep.
I didn't even thought about that.
Extend the punch, and you can't throw power no more.
Yep.
He's teaching on here. Is people need to be taking notes.
I like it.
I don't give a fuck what they know. They can learn all day. They still can't get down.
That's what I love this guy. I love this dude.
It'll hit me, and then it's gonna be like when the fucking Incredible Hulk, and it just
Tell them say that. Tell them say they can't knock me down anyway. It don't matter.
All right.
I teach my a few people it's the headbutt technique against the jab. When you come up and you intentionally turn that chin and headbutt the hand, especially in bare knuckle, you fucking break somebody's hand.
That's actually a really smart. That's a really smart technique in bare knuckle.
I heard somebody. That makes sense. Holy shit.
By the way, I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. If anybody wants to come in for a seminar, it's only $90 an hour.
There you go.
They're all taking notes right now. They're sitting there going, "Holy shit!" Hold on, ask them another question.
You know, I can't compete
How do you
anymore.
not fall down?
But
wait till they see the unicorn horn.
There you go. I don't want to see it. I don't know if I want to see that.
No, that's Tyler Goodjohn's thing. Me and my wife. We're gonna stick to the simple life. We don't get naked. We don't get naked.
So there's
as far as it goes.
There's one particular combination that I've always found really fascinating, and it's I'm a huge Mike Tyson fan, but Mike Tyson had a killer combo that I don't understand why anybody hasn't tried to utilize in bare knuckle. And it's the right hook body, right uppercut combo. So what he would do is he would step in, he'd throw a jab, and then he'd immediately switch to southpaw, put his right foot on the outside of the lead foot of his opponent, and just dig into the ribs with a right hook, and then follow it up with just a strong right uppercut. And I mean, it's not like it shouldn't be like that's my game plan and that's how I'm going to win the fight. But when you're in that inside fighting, man, I don't understand why people nobody's tried that. I haven't seen it.
Go back and watch my last fight with Leonard Garcia.
Okay.
When I roll out, when I step in and I roll underneath that jab, when you hop, skip, if you trot step where you slide. Yep. It swaps the hips and you don't see it. It all comes up the roll.
It's fast, yeah.
And they see it. And then when they go to hit you, the angle changes and they pop, boom, and you're right there inside the body and they're over the top of you.
Exactly.
Mike Tyson's one of my biggest idols, dude. Bruce Lee said, "Don't be the glass, be the water."
Yep.
I'm short and stocky. So anybody in the world that's short and stocky, I watch them to learn how to move. I watch the footwork. Plus, I dance and shit too, man. I learning that footwork and finding the rhythm and timing really helped. And I find guys that move like me. And then when I'm looking at guys that aren't built like me, that are tall or lanky, I'm seeing what they're doing, creating defense. Understanding people that aren't you, so you can use what you do have against what they do.
Exactly. Look at those little punches; those hurt.
Well, she is just beating her ass, y'all.
Yeah, look, I'm telling. Look, all she wants is that next. She wants one more chance against Amanda. That's all she wants.
Oh,
yeah, damn, she's hungry right now.
She's throwing those knees.
Never seen nobody do Andrea like this.
She's dominating her.
Dang,
I was watching her training camp. Man, her training camp was nasty. They were showing a little bit of it. She wants it.
She's better. If she fights Amanda, she might actually have a chance this time. I mean, she looked good last time still, but better than anybody else. But
she's put on some muscle too. She looks a little different too.
Yeah, her back is stronger. Oh, you better get out. You got to get out, girl. You get fucked up.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's time to stop that.
She's nasty, man.
Oh,
I'm at 2 minutes. 1 minute.
She's like, yeah, I'm ready.
I'm with you.
Nice. Wow.
Joe, what time?
Those elbows.
Wow.
Those elbows, those hurt. You know that hurts.
Her whole body's
There it
numb
is.
right now.
Hey, at least she ain't got the J-Tech head.
Woo.
Look at her. She just says, "Yep."
Dominance.
Pure and
I'll be
utter
back in a sec, fellas.
dominance.
Hey, imagine Mike Tyson in bare knuckle in his prime.
Jeez.
You know what? It wouldn't even be.
You think he'd kill somebody?
Um,
I mean, I'm being serious. I mean, I was watching earlier today his top knockouts. That uppercut. If he really hit somebody with that, I think he could knock a head off.
I think that somebody could be permanently damaged. You know, and the thing about Mike Tyson was that he just used angles so well, man. He had that customato peekaboo style, just down to an it was an art, and it's just so impressive to watch him in his prime. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, my question is, would I want my guy to fight him bare knuckle in his prime? The answer is he'd take the fight, but that might be one that I'm like, I'm not. I don't.
How much money? No, hold on a second. Wait, I don't know how much money they talk about. They like, wait a second.
Right. Well, you know what? Hey, if these guys were getting the kind of money that they were getting back then for gloved boxing, then no question. You know,
Can you believe that Holyfield's fighting again at 58?
Hey, man.
They forgot to give us the show. Oh well.
He looks like he's in great shape.
Child support. It's called child support. That's what it's called.
But he looks like he's in good shape, man.
Yeah. That was my dad's favorite boxer, and he loves. I mean, he's all about it, talking about it. But I'm just like, damn, man.
He's a tough dude. That man. You talk about a neck. I mean, Holyfield has a. I mean, his neck goes straight down into his shoulders.
I wish him and Tyson would have got the fight before Tyson went to jail.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
That was a different Tyson. I mean, I was too young, but like watching back, you could tell when Tyson. I mean, he just was fucking crazy after he got out of jail. I don't know what the hell happened to him then.
I think it would, in my opinion, like it was less. It had less to do with him going to prison and more to do with losing his moral compass when Customato died. You know, after Cuss died, I feel like he just kind of that to me is when he started going off the deep end.
Oh man, man, I mean, I'm telling you, thug all the way.
I mean, honestly, if we're being honest, I mean, Mike Tyson might be able to make a run in bare knuckle right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll tell you what. Look, I don't know how they do their piss test and what, but he said he don't do coke. He don't do coke anymore. He said he just smokes an ounce of weed a week, at least. You know, I don't know what he said because he grows it in his backyard. So I mean, I'd pay to see that.
I would absolutely. I think that a lot of. I mean, from what I understand, Feldman made him a $20 million offer.
I was going to say, I don't know if it was that much, but he did make him an offer.
I bet if he offered him 40, 50, I think he would take it. What's the difference between once you're in 20 million? What the fuck's the difference between 40? Right? You're already up there anyway.
It depends. If you're Mike Tyson, it might make a difference. I mean, that dude spends money pretty quickly, apparently.
Well, he owns. They said he makes a lot of money on that in his little weed business. He grows he has that big farm. They say he makes a killing, but he got a bunch. What did he get? 20 million for that last thing with the. I can't even think of the fucking name.
Roy?
Is it? Yeah, Roy. He got a bunch right there. Roy got 10. He got 20, something like that.
They both made good money. I don't know how much they made.
KFC on the map. That's how you do it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I completely agree.
Now you got Jake Paul coming off of that now, and he jumped on his next one, and now Jake Paul's just making more money than anybody.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Mike,
no, yeah.
Jake Paul, bare knuckle.
You know
That's
what?
it. That's it. That's it.
That would essentially be sanctioned murder.
Hey, what? Hey, did you see Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather is going to do the sparring match? They said it again. They're agreeing to it. I'm just like, Logan, you missed out, buddy.
Yeah, man, that was a mistake. That was a
Jake's-
mistake right there.
Jake stole his thunder.
Well, Jake don't give a fuck if he gets his ass knocked out by Mayweather or not. Or Logan. Jake Paul really wants to be a good boxer. He wants to get famous and get rich, but he believes he's going to be a world champion boxer.
Yeah. And you know, dude, in his head, he's pissed off at his brother, thinking that's my real fight you're fucking with, though. Because, you know, he's in his head, he thinks he can beat Floyd. In his head, he thinks he can beat it.
He wants Conor McGregor is what he's going for.
Oh, yeah. Hey, everybody's calling him out. Dylan, Connor's, everybody, but he's got his little. But they're saying Woodley. Woodley says they say Woodley's interested.
Man, he ain't gonna fight none of us though. Trust me. I messaged his manager, and his manager's like, I was like, hey, Jake Paul want to fight a da 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 da. I don't remember exactly what I said, but he come back and said, oh, why you trying to fight him? And I'm like, bro, I'd love to fight him. I'll take that money all day. And he goes, oh, well, I don't know if that fight with you is going to happen. Literally, that's when he come back. I guess he looked at my fucking photos or my pictures or whatever. He's like, I don't know if that fight with you is going to happen. I'm like, well, I'm here. I'm here.
Did you see what he did to Woodley? Did y'all see what he did to Woodley backstage when Woodley was checking the gloves and stuff, how they disrespected him and all that stuff? And then he called out – Jake Paul called out Daniel Kimura, Daniel DC this week, telling me he'd whoop his fat ass and blah, 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 blah. So he's done called out. I mean, look it up. He called DC out this week. He said he wants to fight Daniel. And then it's crazy.
Daniel,
I mean,
Daniel will knock his ass outside that ring.
He needs to take that money. I would have took it. I'd be like, if I was him, I'd have took it.
Listen, I'll take it all. Give me one. Ben Askren made more to get his ass kicked in 15 seconds than he made his whole career.
Did you see the Robbie Lawler fight?
When him and his wife were walking out?
Exactly.
They were one munchkin short of going to fucking Wizard of Oz, man. They were goddamn.
You saw the Robbie Lawler fight. Y'all saw what Robbie Lawler did to him, right? And he beat Robbie. Robbie had him on the ground whooping the shit. He hit him like 15 times to the face, did not knock him out. And then he gets hit one time. Pops up, walks forward.
I don't know about that. I don't know if he would want to get embarrassed that bad though.
I think what it'll take. I think if one of our BKFC guys has a belt and then calls him out, maybe they'll think about it. You know, maybe one of the Paul brothers will think about it. If they're not going to come to bare knuckle. They ain't that stupid.
Oh no, but they would say bare knuckle
exactly.
boxer, bare knuckle fighter. That way they can say boxer versus boxer.
Exactly.
You know they got a clique though. They got a little clique where they all hang out. The people that are fighters need to find out their little buddies they train with and call them out. Then whoop their ass.
He was down there training with Uli Diaz and Jake Bostwick for this fight.
Really?
Oh, shit. They got to beat them guys, and then you get him. Because I'm telling.
I saw an interview, and Uli was like, "Hey, he's pretty good." Uli said he sparred with him, thought he was pretty good. He was going to knock out, for sure, knock him out.
Did you see how much money Ben Askren's wife's making off of Instagram? Because she gained so many followers because Jake Paul just followed her and unfollowed everybody else. And now off of her little spot. Yeah, she's making thousands and thousands of dollars a month just off of like reading stuff and eating stuff and stuff like that because of Jake Paul. Jake Paul they set up for life. They made more money on that fight than they did the whole career.
That's what I said, man. Let me get the red panty night. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? All I want's that 1,000,000 followers from Jake Paul. Whether we win or lose, or if we don't fight, or he just wants to come on my page and tell me to fuck off and make fun of me on his page to all his. And I don't give a fuck if 10,000,000 people tell me to fuck off every day if I get paid for it. They can come hate on me. And, I'll Hail Mary and go to church and I'll be okay.
That's what I'm talking
fantastic.
He who angers you controls you. Defeat your enemies by living well, especially when you're getting money from them.
Absolutely.
That 1,000,000 followers from Jake Paul, whether we win or lose, or if we don't fight, or he just wants to come on my page and tell me to fuck off and make fun of me on his page for all his. Yeah, I don't give a fuck if 1,000,000 people tell me to fuck off every day if I get paid for it.
I'm hearing you again, Joe.
I know. I'm like,
it was that good. It was that good.
That's fantastic.
What in the hell is that? Especially when you get money from them.
Absolutely.
What the hell is going on? Why is it repeating? That's funny.
That's funny.
Oh, that was my computer echoing.
So Joe,
Sorry
Joe,
about
I got a question for you while we're on a little break between fights here. Who you got in Shoemaker versus Beltran?
I don't know, man. Joey's a dog, dude. I've seen Shoemaker knock people out with that hit, but I haven't seen Joey go down, man. Even getting hit hard when he gets back up and he fights. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know because I like Sam, but I haven't seen anything from him except for knockouts. And I know that Joey's a dog. He's one of my back in Bellator, even just one of the toughest, man. So I don't know. As of right now, with what I know about Sam, I'm gonna say he's gonna have to knock him out. But I don't know. I give it to Joey on the fight, man, just because I know Joey. I'd have to see more from Sam to intelligently be able to judge what he's done. I only literally saw probably 40 seconds of Sam his whole career.
All right.
Big knockouts.
Yeah. He's got the power, but I think that what a lot of people underestimate is his boxing skill and his toughness.
Now that's what I was gonna say. I know I don't know enough about Sam to go on and do it. If I were gonna go to Vegas and put on a bet, I'd have to go research and look up and see what else he's done outside of boxing, or try to find some videos. Cause I've never really seen him get hit, man. He's got good head movement. He moves awkward, but Bobo couldn't land strikes on him. He was chasing him around when he fought, and then bow, one hit, and it was night time.
It was a jab that took him down on that first one.
Yeah, that dropped him. The first one was a jab, was it? I thought it was his overhand again.
Nope. The first knockdown was a jab.
Yeah.
And it split him open too.
Yeah. See, that's what I missed. Whenever he went down is when I looked back to the ring, and I was like, and Bobo was like holding his face, and I was like, oh man.
Who you got, Cody?
Oh man, look, I was gonna tell you, I've been watching Sam's videos, man. I'm telling you, and I'm gonna go with Sam, man. I sent a text message I was messaging back and forth with you. Man, Sam's training hard. He's got that Rocky beat going, he's running and stuff, because they say Joey's endurance. So he's obviously training hard. I mean, he's taking it serious, because the fight's not even really – it's just official today, right?
Yesterday. Yeah, I mean, the contract signed on the dot yesterday.
Hey, and also, it looks like Joey's got a love interest going right now. And I can tell you right now, anytime you're in a new love interest, things happen. Minds change, even though your routine and everything. What I do for a living, when I have problems or I'm doing stuff, it fucks with your head. So you remember that. You got to play that into it. And a lot of people's not talking about that.
I hear that, but I will say that just looking at Joey physically in the pictures of him recently, he looks like he's in really good shape. I will say,
I've seen him in shape too.
Yeah, he looks like he's.
Hey, but sometimes with what I saw, because Britain is wanting to be a champion too, it might not be taken away. He might want to be more impressing her, trying to look sexy, because he got Britain Hart dating him, and now he want to be like, Joey, big chest, Papa. Beltron.
That's
You
good.
know what
Hey,
I'm
that is
saying?
a good point. That is a good point.
You gotta start
Yeah,
flexing.
that is a good
You know
point.
what I'm saying? Because all these girls, man, they be guys be wanting them to have fans only, and they be up in their DMs. And Joey's like,
That is true.
in the street, you want this shit? I'm gonna go to the gym and be buff as shit. Yeah.
He looks like
That is
he's
a
in
good
good
point.
shape. And I think he's working hard. And I think that it's going to be a really interesting fight.
I'm excited, man. That's why I said I don't know, because I wouldn't pick on that fight. I wouldn't bet on that fight just because I ain't seen Joey fight somebody that has that kind of heat and accuracy. So I wouldn't bet on it.
I think that, in my opinion, and what I'll say is that I think that Sam is a bad matchup for Joey because Joey wants to continually come forward. And, you can, and he's got a coconut head, man. Like he can take a punch like maybe nobody I've ever seen.
Yep, because you
But
fight heavyweight.
I don't know. Joe can take a fucking punch. I'm gonna say.
I'm saying heavyweights though. We're
I don't know.
talking
I think
heavyweights.
Joe. I don't know. Joe take punch.
I go train with all the heavyweights here, to be honest with you.
I'm not to take anything away from you, Joe, because I don't want to. Trust me, I don't want to fight you, but but I'm just saying, like, for a guy that is repeatedly taking shots from some big, powerful guys, Joey can take a shot. I'll give it. But that's like his superpower. He's got he can take shots, and he's got great cardio.
Yep.
But I don't think he's seen any. I don't think that style is a good, because I think is a good matchup for, with Sam, because, he and like Bobo and Joey are not too super dissimilar in their fighting styles. Now I'm not. I love Bobo, but he's not on the same level as Joey. But stylistically, they're kind of similar. They both come straight forward, and they don't mind eating a shot. And I think that that's a bad idea when you're fighting Sam Shoemaker.
Yeah, now that's what I was gonna say earlier. Is I am if Sam connects, it's gonna be different. And bare knuckle, it's different. I don't think he's fought anybody. Even when he fought Marcel was too small for Joey.
Right, but Marcel won the first 3 rounds easily.
Yeah, but Marcel just didn't have the weight behind what he needed to fight Joey. Joey was able to put the pressure on him and tire him out with his weight.
Well, and Marcel broke his hand.
Yeah, well, I know, but fat noggin too. But I didn't know that.
Yeah.
How long did he fight with the broke hand?
He broke his hand in the first round.
Oh shit! I didn't know.
Yeah, I believe he actually broke both of his hands.
Actually, I did know he broke his hand. I forgot. I learned it afterwards because I was talking shit about him on a news feed, and he wanted to fight me whenever I first got signed to bare knuckle, and I was like, I'm 165, bro. I'm good.
Marcel's scary though. Marcel's tough as shit.
It's that football in him, man.
Yeah, man. That's a tough dude.
He was a dog in Alabama.
Yeah. Absolutely. Did we lose Cody?
Yeah, looks like it.
Well, hey, we got another pretty awesome women's fight coming up here.
It's time.
This one's gonna be good, I think.
I'm going with Thug Rose.
Me too.
Thug Rose.
I love her, man.
Yeah, me too.
She's humble, but she's tough. She's gritty, and she comes to fight. I don't know much about this other girl though. I mean, again, at the end of the day, this is a fight, and anything can happen in a fight.
I just want it to Thug Rose.
What I like about Rose is that she's kind of this soft-spoken badass.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, off camera, not in the cage, sweet.
Right.
And when I met her and talked to her at the Atlanta after she lost that close fight, she was just so sweet and different than what I thought. From when I was gonna talk to her, I was like, wow, way different.
Humble and sweet, and just seems like a very nice person, but just has another level of brutality that comes out.
That Thug Rose fits perfect.
Yep. I love that in
Wow,
fighters, man.
21-1, Zang. Come on, Thug. You can get it, girl.
You know, I'll just say I've never been intimidated by somebody that tells me they're going to kick my ass, but it's that quiet guy that just comes up and just does it that you need to be worried about. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of like Josh Burns, man. He's very quiet and don't usually say a whole lot, but you find out a little bit different behind it. I didn't know he was like a 3-time strongman world champion.
Oh Lord, I didn't know that either.
He won world strongest man competitions and stuff.
Really? Well, I mean, he looks the part. So
here we go.
Who you got?
So Cody says that he enjoyed it. Somebody hit a power pole.
Oh,
And he cut off his Wi-Fi.
oh no.
So, but he said he said he had a great time and he appreciated it.
Yeah, we'll have him back. Yeah, he just texted me too.
Staying moving, keeping her on her toe. Look at that long leap in jab right there.
Rose she's quick, man. Quick on her feet.
She's just moving all around.
That range,
man.
yeah,
She's dizzying.
being smart. No, wow! Come on, Thug Rose! Wow!
Yeah,
no, right.
He's so far ahead of us.
Go!
She must be out.
Go! Night, wow!
We're on a delay. We haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, we're at 350. Oh! Oh!
Okay.
She wasn't out, girl. You were gone.
Whew.
Wow.
Yeah, that was legit. She's mad. She don't remember it, but girl, you were gone. They saved her life. Wow.
Wow.
Nice.
Whoa, she's still shaky.
Right on that.
Wow. She is still shaky.
Wow. Yeah. you
Yeah,
get
she
up
don't really believe it, but she lost that. You have to get that rematch, girl.
If you get up and are looking out, and everything's
wow.
spinning, you gotta realize
it was like a step-in knee almost to a question mark kick.
Wow.
The way she flicked it. It looked like it was going to come in with the knee, whap, and go low, and it came up high.
Wow.
Oh, that was it. She was out, babe. Watch. Boom.
Oh.
Boom.
Okay. Yeah.
Boom. See, she can't even defend herself. Look, she can't even get that arm up. Yeah, that was
good stoppage.
Was
good stoppage, man.
Yeah, beautiful stoppage.
Sure, for sure. I mean, she was done. Whoop.
Yeah. No, see, her eyes were rolled in her head. No, she was out.
Oh, yeah. The way that she fell, she didn't even brace herself.
Wow, way to go, Thug Rose.
Yeah, man.
You're the champion again, girl. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful kick.
Oh. God.
Look at the reaction.
Reactions are always the best. This is why you have to have Joe Rogan at the place all the time.
Oh, that's great.
Damn, there's going to be a rematch of that one quick.
UFC matches are not the same when Rogan's not.
He said, I'm the best again. He said, you've been the best. You've been the best.
Thug Rose.
It's okay, baby. She's upset right now, but she'll get another chance.
Yeah. Yep.
I always feel bad for the girls, though, man. Even when I get excited, it's bad because when guys lose, I don't even think about the loser. When the girls lose, I'm like, oh, poor thing. I'm all like Zane can hear me going, good job, son. Oh,
I
hell yeah,
always
man. You
I
get
always
that
feel
shit.
bad for the I always feel
I
bad
love
for
that,
the
man.
loser because especially when they lose quickly like that. You know, you work so hard to get there.
Yeah, but I wanted that for Rose, honestly, man, because I remember how heartbroken she was when she's so
Yeah,
emotional. And I get attached to how she feels when she fights. That's what I like about certain fighters. If you can draw
absolutely.
me in emotionally to the fight, I'm invested.
Absolutely. Oh, look at her hug that belt like that though.
I know. That's so amazing.
That's
She-
awesome.
yeah, she's shaking.
You go, girl.
Hell
I
yeah.
love it. I love it. So Cody just messaged me and he wanted to ask, he said right before he got cut off, he wanted to ask you, Joe, um, what's next for you and who's your next fighter? Who do you want to fight next?
Whoever. I want to fight big fights, man. I like me and Palomino. I like me and Elvin for the title. Me and Harris for the title. Um, everybody, man. I'll fight anybody. I like to bang. So
Is there
whoever's gonna put
is there
on.
anybody in particular that you're like, man, I'd love to fight that dude?
Um,
Just like titles and everything else aside, just like, man, I want to throw down with that guy and test myself.
In BKFC or outside coming into BKFC?
yeah.
Either one, don't matter.
Hell yeah, I got some good fights I'd like to do.
Other than Jake
Um,
Paul.
I'd like to fight. I'd like to fight Nate Diaz in bare knuckle.
Okay.
I'd like to fight Masvidal 165 bare knuckle. Uh, I'd like to. I like shit like that, like big fights, $1 million fights.
Who in BKFC do you have is on your radar?
Um, everybody, man. At 165, maybe 175. Just, I mean, really, 165 is where I'm at because I could make 55. I just don't feel like cutting that much weight. I like to stay in a little bit bigger and powerful. 165 is really perfect for my body. So I don't know, man, because the 150, I like Elvin Brito. I want to fight for the title there, but I want money fights, man. I'm really, I want the title fight, or I want big fucking name, gorilla fighting, bloodbath motherfuckers that I can go out there and just bang with, dude. I like to fight. I fucking love
Yeah.
that
They
shit.
use a bloodbath. So
Absolutely.
That's what I want. I want just
So
big name fight, big money fights.
big name, big money.
if Nate and him fought, it would just be the ring would be just completely bloody.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
honestly, if I could have a game fight, it'd be Nate Diaz or Nick Diaz.
How do dudes make a lot of how do you make money in bare knuckle right now though?
With that kind of fight, with a
With that kind of
super
fight?
yeah, with a super fight like that on pay-per-view. If Nate Diaz said I'm coming to bare knuckle right now to fight Joe Elmore, that would sell out pay-per-view worldwide.
Oh, it
Just because
would.
of who he is, baddest motherfucker alive in bare knuckle, that would sell out. Boom. And it would be a big fight. Instantly, pay-per-view rights, $1 million fight. I mean, if Jake Paul can get $2.5 million off pay-per-view for fucking Triller with a rap concert, then I'm sure me and Nate Diaz could get a couple $1 million off pay-per-view and make it worthwhile.
Yep. So what would you do at that point though? Let's say you make a couple $1 million. What then?
Keep fighting, same fights just like that. Keep fighting fights just like that. I don't care if I were making $34 million tomorrow on a fight. I love the fight. I'm lonely when I'm not fighting, when I'm not training and I'm not at that gym and I can't be there. Man, it's like a warrior depression I go into, dude.
Yeah.
I love being at the gym. I love training people at the gym. I love teaching things. And fighting is just what I fucking love to do. I feel like I was born to do it or meant to do it or something. I don't know, man. So I just
feel
love
you.
it. I'm passionate. So like when I
Yeah.
no matter how much money I make, man, I'm still gonna be retarded as hell, goofy old same Joe wanting to fucking fight in the middle of a cornfield. I don't give a damn if people will pay for it and I can provide for my family with it. Fucking, I'll do it.
Absolutely. So, but let's say there was no more fights in you. Let's say like injury or something crazy happened. What would you do then?
Announcing, commentating, Joe Rogan style. I like to. I've looked into doing some podcasts and stuff, but I really want to continue to go in and train people. And if it's to the point where I can't train and I'm in a wheelchair, I can sit in there and commentate and put on fights and study and invest my time into commentators. Get paid just as much money to sit down with Kenny Florian or whoever. As it grows, man, all of us are becoming like the Chuck Liddells and they pull those guys in to commentate and be guest appearances at shows and go to tryouts and be the, Chris, like what Chris Lieben did, go get paid to be at the tryouts and invest my time and still in the company as it grows, gets bigger.
Absolutely. So
be a corporate man. I look good in a tie, believe it or not.
There you go. There you go. So who do you see as kind of like the who today, and take yourself out of the equation, but who other than Joe Elmore, who's the Chuck Liddell or who's the guy or girl that's going to be that person for bare knuckle?
Man, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people on their way up right now.
Because the thing is, it could be you, but
I guarantee I'm gonna be one of the 5 faces of this company before it's over with because of just my style. I know I am. I'm too nice. I'm too loving. I love my country. I love God. I love my wife. I'm faithful to the sport. So I know for sure, man. I feel it in my heart. Just with what I provide, I'm going to. But the other 5, I don't know, man. It's hard to.
Based on what you've seen from fan reactions, who do the fans love?
Man.
Other than Joe.
I mean,
the girls right now, they love Christina Ferrer.
Yeah.
The guys, everybody thinks she's a badass. I mean, but they're not showing her out enough, man. They're not putting her up. So let me think, man. Nugent. Dat is pretty popular, man. As far as he's got a huge Asian culture following, and for just that alone, man, right now with what's going on,
and he can fight too.
Fun.
Yeah, he can fight.
Yeah, anybody, everybody. Reggie. There's Reggie's a superstar, but man, I don't know, man. I'm trying to think of who just really is like that already isn't something somewhere else. I mean, Sam's an All-American guy. Even Quentin Henry, man, if he gets his shit together, doesn't go out there and fight like he did last time, he become a character, dude. Right now everybody has a chance. There's 10, 20 people that have a chance, but we haven't went far enough to decide for me to really. Because Joey Beltran was Bellator. Every time I think of them, even though he's the champion right now, the first diamond belt champion, when I see Joey Beltran, I'm gonna remember the tournaments of Bellator down the road. Perez, no matter what, he's UFC to me. He come in, and I don't care what title he fights for or what he does, and he put on a great fight with Julian Lane, but like that's not that's not. He's just bringing the UFC name in more so than what bare knuckle is. Because for me, bare knuckle is going to be guys that are like me, that I find that are similar to me, that can take a fucking ass whooping, that don't go down, that fight. John L. Sullivan, some of the greatest fights that ever went down were 140 round fights where people lasted forever. It wasn't these rules. So I'm still waiting for it. I believe Dylan, honestly, from what I've seen from Dylan from past years, if Dylan goes out there, I believe he could be a superstar too, man.
So who wins that fight?
Josh Burns is the old school version, but I'm gonna go with Dylan on it, man. Just because I'm gonna go with Dylan because of his athletic ability, what he's doing. If he holds it together and does good out of this camp, I know he lost Stack, but since he lost Stack, it looks like he went to the lab and came back a machine. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens on that card. I mean, Reggie Barnett, man, he's got more wins than anybody. So he's definitely helped the sport grow. Fucking Jason Knight, man, I don't know what's happened to him, but Jason brought me to the sport. Jason is one of those guys too. He is one of the reasons I wanted to be in the sport. Watching the fight with him. I don't know what it is. Something's missing with Lowball's personality. I know he's a really big fighter and he was part of the fight, but it's something missing for me as far as what fans love and stuff with him.
I love Jason Knight, man. I think that dude is he's just a fighter. He is a fighter.
He's one of my favorites, actually.
Yeah.
If I put a top 5, he's in my top 5 for sure. He's one of the only ones that I've named so far that I guarantee is in my top 5 that what I would say is the face of something for me right now too.
Agreed. All right, Matt.
We're going to take a real quick break here, and then we're going to reset, come back, and we'll go live here in about 2 minutes.
All right.
All right?
Yep.
Sounds good, guys.
Good day, guys.